Fatal blow. Harry's visa canceled out by U.S. court. Judge rules his allegations were false and damaging. Harry, the former Prince of Wales and Duke of Sussex, has lost his U.S. visa after a federal judge ruled that his allegations of racism, neglect, and abuse of the monarchy and the media is false and damaging. The judge is hearing an appeal from the Heritage Foundation, a conservative think tank that sued the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, to release Harry's immigration records, saying Harry caused Leon to mislead the public and the government and that he had no right to stay in the United States. The judge also ordered Harry to leave the country within 30 days or face deportation. Harry, who's been living in California with his wife Meghan Markle and their two children since leaving the royal family in 2020, was shocked and angry at the decision and said that they would appeal against Harry, founder and sponsorship of the Invictus Games, an international tournament sporting event for wounded, injured, or ill service members and veterans who applied for a U.S. visa in January 2020 after announcing their decision to step back from royal duties and move to the U.S. with their family. He once stated that he wanted to pursue a more independent and peaceful life and focus on his charity and humanitarian work. He also claimed that he had faced racism, isolation, and lack of support from the royal family and the media, and that he feared for his safety and for the family's safety. He also announced that he had renounced his royal titles and privileges and that he was financially independent from the monarchy. His claims were disputed and questioned by the Heritage Foundation, which sued the DHS in June 2020 to make Harry's visa applications public and to prove whether he disclosed his drug use in the past, which he did admit to in his memoir, Spare, released in January of 2023. The organizations argued that Harry's use of drugs included cocaine, cannabis, and psychedelic mushrooms, and that could be grounds for denying him U.S. visas and that he had received preferential treatment and exemptions from the government. The organization also argues that Harry misled the public and government about his reasons for leaving the UK and that he did not give up his royal titles and privileges but only used them to sign agreements lucrative with Netflix and Spotify and to influence U.S. politics and policy. DHS initially denied the organization's request to release Harry's visa records, citing privacy concerns, having been ordered by a federal judge in March of 2024 to expedite the process and provide records for the court. The judge reviewing the records found that Harry had indeed deceived the public and the government, and that he had failed to disclose his past drug use and his true motives for leaving the kingdom older brother. The judge also found that Harry did not give up his royal titles and privileges, but used them to gain access and influence in the U.S., while weakening and damaging the monarchy as well as the monarchy internationally, like the relations between England and America. The judge also found that Harry's allegations of racism, neglect, and abuse were false and baseless, and that he had no evidence or witnesses to support that. The judge announced his decision on Wednesday, saying that Harry had breached the terms and conditions of his visa, that he had no right to remain in the U.S. The judge said Harry had abused his positions and privileges and showed no respect or gratitude towards the U.S. or UK veterans. The judge said that Harry must leave the U.S. within 30 days or face charges. The judge also held that Harry must pay legal fees and damages caused by his actions. Harry was in court, shocked and angry at his decision, and said that he would appeal. He said that the decision would be innocent, that he told the truth, and that he had been persecuted and victimized in the media by the royal family. He said he loves America and its veterans and that he wanted to stay in the country and continue his work. He also feared that she loved his wife and children and that he feared for their safety.